What's good? What's good, man? Welcome to Pounds Lounge, man. I'm your host, Chatta Pound, aka Woke Mo Vanois, man. Um, Today been kind of slow for me, you know what I'm saying? I had a couple of distractions, man. I had distraction like twice, so it seemed like certain information, you know what I'm saying, people be trying to keep under wraps, you know what I'm saying? So if people, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say the energies. I'm not gonna say people because the people don't know what they not trying to do it. It's not like they trying to disrupt what I'm doing and all that. So I'm gonna say the energy. The energy is basically trying to keep me from putting this out here. You know, right? If you look at the thumbnail that I put up, you know what I'm saying, you'll see I got Diddy in this cell, he eating, you know what I'm saying, my grade out and everything, you know. But I had a conversation on my live, talking, and I was telling people like, man, say bro got blackballed. I'm not saying that he didn't commit a crime. What I'm saying is that this man has been doing what he's been doing since 1990, you know? And if he's been doing what he's been doing since 1990, and everybody that came to his party, the majority of people was high society. You know, everybody that was in the industry, they wanted to be in sync with Sean Diddy Combs because he was the man, he was the link man, he was the connection man. I don't care who you was. If you came to his party, you knew what you was coming to his party for. I seen an interview with Denzel Washington was talking about he went to Diddy parties and stuff, right? But he leave before the monster come. Now think about that. He go to the party, but he leave before the monster come. Now if this here party was a freak fest like people portray it to be, right? And I'm not saying that it was, I'm not saying that it wasn't, but I'm saying if it was on the level of what they say it is, the people that come to that party, if you come one time, you already know what the party is about. And how you gonna speak and say that you come to the party, but you will leave before the monster come? You still at the party. And if it was a sex capade like everybody said it was, it it was sexual stuff going on. It just wasn't all the way out there like that. You know what I'm saying? Probably in the back rooms or so, it probably was some stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? But all of a sudden, after a certain hour, everybody, the freaks come out at night. You know how I go. So if you are A-list artist, A-list star, and you at this party and you done been to this party more than one time, you know exactly what's going on at this party. So whether you indulge, whether you don't indulge, you know what's going on. No participate in a part of the festivities. You are accessory, you know? You are accessory. But soon as that man got popped, everybody wanted to separate ties with him. Don't nobody know Diddy now. I didn't used to go to his parties. You can rarely find people that say, yeah, I used to go to his party all the time, right? You'll have people like Stevie J. You'll have people like Ray J. You'll have people like even Kanye West. Even Kanye West, right? He's stuck beside Diddy. He tried to do what he can for Diddy, right? But you got people that Diddy actually help get in the position they in, like Jay-Z and Beyonce. These people want to save the ties. Like, nah, I don't want nothing to do with him, right? Diddy is locked up and he ain't dropped no names. They had that man under a RICO by himself. How can you be on a RICO charge? A RICO, you know, Racketeering and Corrupt Organization Act. That's for mafia bosses. That's for big time mafia bosses, John Goddess. They came with this here, man, because of Al Capone. To catch Al Capone, they had to create a RICO and they used the IRS to go through that man's taxes to bring him down. So my thing is, what I believe that Diddy was a sacrifice. He was a sacrifice. I believe that P Diddy, he was trying to create something. He seen, just like anybody come in the industry, when you see something, you'll probably be naive to how stuff work. And once you get to dealing with it and you start seeing how it works and you want to branch off because you just start catching on and you start bringing a whole lot of money to these people. And I want to go over here and I want to do my own thing over here. I want to do my own thing because I want to be in the position y'all in. Oh no. Oh no. You still a nigga. You feel me? You still a nigga. They gonna let you know that you still a nigga. I don't care how big you get. The Jay-Z's of the world, you still a nigga, homie. They gonna put you in the back seat and tell you to get your ass to the back of the bus, nigga. You know what I'm saying? They might not say it like that. But what I'm saying is they gonna show you because they gonna blackball you when you get out of line. We help you get to where you at. We open the door for you to get to be and sit on this here pedestal. And now you trying to say that you on the level with us? No, let me show you how to break. I'm gonna break your ass down. And that's exactly what they did. But the thing with Diddy, they didn't break him down. Them folks that got him locked up, they don't care about Diddy having time. They don't care about Diddy having time or having a felony charge or nothing like that. What they really wanted, they want to diminish him of the man he was. P. Diddy was the go-to man. I don't care if you were from the West Coast, the East Coast, or what. That mean, if you was in sync with P. Diddy, you was in there because he knew everybody and he had the dirt. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put it like that. He knew where the bodies was buried. You know? He knew where all the bodies was buried. And so people wanted to align themselves with him because they knew that this dude was able to open up doors and make you a great person. You know? I'm not talking about this man like he's a saint. I'm not saying he didn't commit no crimes. I'm not saying that he didn't do what they said he did. But one thing I do know from the case that they do have an appeal. And within that appeal, P. Diddy is finna get all of that shit overturned. And I'm gonna break all that stuff down to you. I'm gonna open it up and I'm gonna break all that stuff down to you. P. Diddy is all that shit overturned. All knocked off. Now they only he's time for 2 counts of transporting with the purpose of prostitution, right? And the people that they trying to get him for, one is Cassie, you know what I'm saying? Cassie Ventura, and the other one is a Jane Doe. She's a she don't want her name, right? But they got them both under the same charge. That's how they got 2 counts of it. Thing is, he was in a relationship with these women at the time. This is what y'all got to understand. He was in a relationship with these women at the time. When Cassie, the thing with Cassie didn't go to the police. Even with the footage that they put on CNN, she didn't go to them and the police went and found that footage. It was somebody that was working there. I'm gonna think it was a security guard or something, or he could have been paid to get the footage and leak it to CNN. Like, look what P. Diddy did. You know, the people that's trying to blackball P. Diddy could be the same people that paid that man to leak that footage out. Cause you got to think about it. P. Diddy, he was a big man. He could have paid money, man, to make that stuff disappear. So I believe if somebody would come footage home, you know what I'm saying, break me off for some millions. And P. Diddy would have did it to keep it closed. He would have done that. So I believe it was somebody with some deeper pockets that actually paid for this footage to get leaked to CNN. CNN was the first people to leak that footage, you know? And so Cassie, when the police and stuff, and they started questioning Cassie settled out of court. Meaning she don't want to press charge, boom, I'm settled out of court, we good, everything under the wraps, you know? She's married to this dude, Alex Fine, or whatever his name is, a fitness dude. Boom, she's married to him right now, and she's been with him ever since she left Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Well, I think she was with on one of her off and on situations with Diddy, she got with Kid Cudi. And that didn't work, and then she ended up getting with Alex Fine. Boom, they got married and they still together. So what I'm saying now is that with all that being said is she didn't put that footage out. She didn't even put the police into business like that. You know, she set it out. It was supposed to be over with. So the next step was these people still trying to blackball the man. They still trying to blackball. So they pushing the issue. They paying money and putting it out there so news articles can blow it up and keep him in the thing. They going to other artists and telling other artists, hey, say, check this out. He was with he wronged you. He owe you some money. Why don't you say this? We finna try to get him done in. Boom. They did it. They did it. Start getting on social media and all that stuff. They didn't go and stand in trial. They didn't stand in on trial because they were throwing that stuff out left and right. People saying he did this. They proved that nah, you lying. Boom, kick that stuff to the curb, right? So now he got they got these two women. They charged him with first they charged him with sex trafficking. They didn't have the grounds to get him for sex trafficking, so they hit him with transporting with the purpose of prostitution. All right, so I'm gonna tell y'all the breakdown right now of how this man is gonna come home. I'm gonna pull this up. And I'm gonna show y'all exactly how this feels blackball because of this right here. All right. That's it. All right. Sean reported brought nearly 1 billion with Diageo. I don't know. It could be pronounced a whole nother way. I would butcher the pronunciation of a name, but it's a Diageo. That's how it's basically a Diageo. Diageo. So I'm gonna pronounce it that way, but it could be different, y'all. Earning an estimated 60 million per year in profits. This 15-year partnership began in 2007, with Combs taking a 50% share of the profits in exchange for promoting the brand, ultimately turning Ciroc into a billion-dollar business. So they basically stated that Sean P. Diddy Combs was the one for Ciroc's success. And if we go back through it, we know that he was the man behind it because wasn't nobody drinking fucking Ciroc. We didn't even hear about fucking Ciroc, right? Ciroc was like some TW Sanders or some shit like that, you know what I'm saying, on the back of the ship. And so when he got with it, he had brought all the A-list people, you know what I'm saying, up with him. They were doing commercials. They get all together, everybody sitting around the round table, and they got these Ciroc pouring cups, and this is glorifying it. So the black community took into it, and they wanted to fit in with it because we black people, we love, you know what I'm saying, to fit in with some shit. We want to look like something, even if we not something. You know what I'm saying? We want to look like we got something, even when we don't, you know? So the thing is, black folks start buying them. When they go to clubs, man, they buying up Ciroc. That's the first thing they getting. Ciroc. I want this. I want that. Then you hear Jay-Z. Right after that, Jay-Z, he come with the Ace of Spades shit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to come with liquor now because this man has elevated the game on his shit. Diddy seen how much money he was making for these people, and he was like, man, fuck this shit. I can do this shit myself and create my own brand and put my own shit together. They was like, nah. You know, we open up the door to get you where you at. Don't get that step too high now. Don't step too high. And when he kept on pushing, and then really got him was when he was on TV, he was this telling people saying prison. Lobbying. Without a lobbying group, we are not in the power. You know what I'm saying? We get it going, well, oh, he's a Republican, he's a Democrat. No, black folks was not incorporated. We was not thought of when they created that. You know what I'm saying? They tried to create that to keep us out. We wasn't thought about when that was created. So how do we right now, we feel like we entitled or we a part of what they got going on? We got to create our own. You know what I'm saying? We got to create our own lobbying group. We got to create our own political party. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they got their own. Why we can't have our own? You got Mexicans doing it. You got Asians doing it. You got all these people doing it around us in our face, and we can't even see it. Around us and in our face, and we can't even see it. We the last on the totem pole. And then, just like what I'm saying, but we sit around and we let our goddamn kids be like that in Chicago with them kids that jumped on that. Yeah, that's how our kid. That's how I claim to fame. That bullshit right there. When you got all these other groups, man, they actually putting themselves in a position of power while we still left behind. And I don't get it. So now they start, you know what I'm saying, seeing this here. So they're like, nah. He talking about building a lobbying group, trying to get people on some political shit and trying to build their own sector to where they can get me be up here with us. No. Boom. That situation happened with him and Cassie in the hotel room, right? The situation happened. Them folks had somebody there. It ain't nothing to pay people to watch people. People that you trying to get, it ain't nothing to pay a person. If I'm trying to get that person out the way and I got money, I can pay people to be on him 24/7. I can pay people to be on the 24/7. Watch. Stay on. I got people that got a congressman that I can get at and they can push paperwork. But the thing is, they was not trying to get that man locked up. They don't care about getting that man locked up. That was just a chess move on the table. That was just one of their chess moves. They didn't care about that man being locked up for the rest of his life, being hit with a RICO. They didn't care about none of that shit. What they cared about was the attention and that man of who he was as a person. You know, anybody with Diddy, boom, you in there. You got your nice record deal. You gonna that's all you gotta do. So they wanted to knock his status down. They had to get black people to start looking at that man differently. So when that cassette tape came out, they thought that was gonna do it. Oh yeah, we got him. You know what I'm saying? Black folks gonna get them to rally for the black woman, and it did. You know what I'm saying? That gave them, it made people look at them, but it really didn't do what they wanted to do to them, right? It didn't do what they wanted to do to them. They wanted to break them down even more, you know? So, because people already know how when you got little young girls and stuff that come into the game and they'll do anything. And you ain't gotta ask them. They do the shit cause they just try to be around. You ain't gotta make them. It ain't like you making them do nothing. They doing it because they want to do it. They trying to get their career popping. This is what I gotta do. I'm gonna do it. They coming up with that mentality. Just like right now, it's women that be on the streets prostituting. And they'll look for them women. When they lock them women up or hem them women up, they're asking, who is your pimp? And they don't believe the woman when they say, I don't have a pimp. They wouldn't even believe them. They believe a man is actually forcing every woman out there. But you got some women, all of OnlyFans, on women, the chatter bait women, all of them women, they be on there promoting their own self and getting their own money. But they always look at it. If they got a boyfriend, they're gonna try to take their boyfriend down, holler about that dude is making them do some shit. So the thing is, when that situation happened with Cassie, he paid that off. He knew he was caught red-handed. I'm on tape jumping on this girl. You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and pay this shit off. I ain't that in court. It was over with. But they still use her. You see what I'm saying? It out in court. It was supposed to been done. They still used her to come and testify. I think she testified for like 2 weeks against that man on the stand. You know? Testified against him. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just telling you the story. So now, that footage get out, it didn't do what they wanted it to do. It didn't diminish its capacity the way they thought it was gonna do. So they started going around and they started meeting up with people that felt like did it wrong them, didn't pay them money or something, fucked them out of a deal or something. And they holler at them, hey, say, check this out. This is what we trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Speak up. Diddy, he's wrong. He's jumped on that lady and he's trying to get away with this. Look, what you doing? You hear people that was actually coming to the forefront speaking about it. You know what I'm saying? Talking about he did this and he did that, right? But it got debunked. It got kicked out. It got threw away. All the big shit that they was trying to get him on with the RICO and all that, they couldn't get him on. They hit that man with 4 years. They hit that man with 4 years. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't know what he was convicted of. So we're gonna talk about his conviction. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you exactly how P. Diddy is gonna get out. Let me see. Gotta look for this stuff, man. Okay, so like this. It's a American comes with 50 months. That's 4 years. He was sentenced to 50 months in prison. The rapper who was accused of running a sprawling sex trafficking operation was found guilty of 2 counts of transporting for prostitution, but it's supposed to be transporting with the purpose of prostitution, right? So that's what he was convicted of. Let me see. Show you his appeal, and I'm gonna run this appeal. Right? So, oh, the signal's slow for some reason. All right, it jumped up. All right. One of the grounds is the judge acted as a 13th jury. The defense argued that the judge inappropriately used conduct for which Combs was acquitted, such as racketeering conspiracies and sex trafficking by force, fraud, and coercion, to inform the sentence, right? So the sex bring that up when you can't bring up that he sex trafficked. You know what I'm saying? Because he got acquitted of that. You know what I'm saying? He got acquitted of the racketeering. He got acquitted of the conspiracy. You know what I'm saying? He got acquitted of the fraud. He got acquitted of the coercion. So all of that stuff is supposed to be out the door. They weren't supposed to bring that up. So that right there is part of his appeal. And that, to be honest, that right there alone can get him off. You know what I'm saying? Because what that's gonna do, they're gonna say that the judge basically swayed the jury to see it in his way to convict this man, right? All right, then you got inconsistent jury verdict. You know what I'm saying? You got an inconsistent jury verdict. So the defense contained that basing the sentence on the use of coercion and inconsistent with the jury verdict, which finds him guilty only of prostitution offenses and rejected claims of sex trafficking and racketeering. You see what I'm saying? So one thing is, if this man got acquitted of force, you know what I'm saying, uh, conspiracy, racketeering, coercion, if he got, you know what I'm saying, acquitted of that, how can you convict him for transporting with the purpose of prostitution under the same thing that he just got acquitted of? These was the same grounds he got acquitted of, but you convict him on this with the same grounds that he got acquitted of. So that right there. Then you got mitigation of the man. You know what I'm saying? Holmes' legal team claimed to challenge the use of the Mann Act arguing that his prosecution for transporting individuals for prostitution was unfair because the act was consensual. It was consensual, right? My bad. Because the act was consensual. So this is what I'm saying. If this is what Cassie and that other girl, cause they was both in a relationship. So if we go to Dubai or we go to London, they going with me on their own terms. I'm not forcing them to go across state lines. I'm not forcing them to leave from New York to go to Las Vegas with me, or to go from Las Vegas to London with me. They going because these are my women and they coming with me. You know what I'm saying? They want to be here with me. And don't nobody understand the freaking nature. You know what I'm saying? People be having freaking natures these days. You got people running around licking fucking assholes. You got men and women running around licking assholes and get on camera and glorify it. When the stuff is disgusting, that's their freaking nature though. You feel me? That's their freaking nature. Don't nobody know, you know what I'm saying? Don't nobody know whether that man forced that woman and all that stuff. All they seen was the footage when he jumped on her, that he settled out of court for him. And they still use that to try to get him. Right there, they tried to paint a picture, be like, yeah, she went on them trips because she wanted to go on them trips. She had sex with these different dudes because she was a freakazoid, and she had sex with these different dudes. You know? So that's what that is. Basically. Expedite appeal. So he's requesting the expedite appeal. Team has successfully requested to expedite appeal process and ensure his appeal is heard before his prison sentence is completed. Meaning, we want to hear this shit quick as a motherfucker. Let's fast shoot this bitch, right? Because they see and they understand what we need to do. Because if they don't do that, what the courts will do, they'll push this shit back. Cause I was in there, I had a life sentence. I had so many appeals in, and when you got a good fucking case, man, them motherfuckers will extend your shit and extend your shit, man. They'll come up with all type of shit to say. Oh well, the prosecution got sick. The prosecutor, then when the prosecutor come back after doing like 3 months gone, the prosecutor come back. Now the prosecutor got to take a vacation. You feel me? And his vacation is probably 6 months. What they try to do, they try to tire you out. So they had to expedite it. They had to speed it up. You know what I'm saying? And fast track this thing. But just like I've been telling people, man, they didn't have that man with no case anyway. When they locked that man up, they didn't have. I was telling people when he first got locked up and I seen what they had on, I was like, oh, them cases that's finna get dropped. When they was talking about the male escorts and stuff, I'm like, man, they can't get him for no male escort flying in to get paid. That's what they flying in for. This they escorts, they strippers and this and that. That's what they getting paid for. How they gonna get him for that? They gonna get him for sex trafficking? Goddamn it, because these motherfuckers flew out here to get paid. Come on, man. I don't see it. And everything that I said, it got trumped. All this stuff got trumped. It got broke down. You know what I'm saying? To where he only got charged for 2 counts. 2 counts of transporting with the purpose of prostitution. And the thing is, with that, transporting with the purpose of prostitution, you got to be able to prove that he did that with the purpose of prostitution. And it wasn't, this is something that they like. You know, we throw these escapades and we just go get freaky. This is something that they liked. So that's a thin line right there. How can you prove that it wasn't something that you actually liked in it? And you know, so with that alone, goddamn it, shit, that right there is gonna get trumped. This man is gonna get acquitted of all his charges. And I promise you, this is I say before the summertime. Before summer is up, I see Sean Combs coming back into court you know, and I'm stretching it out to summertime, right? But before summertime, within the near few months, right? I want y'all to hear it from me first. Chatta Pound, aka Gwo said that P. Diddy is finna get his whole case overturned before the summer. He'll be coming home. All this shit gonna be Trump. Because for one, they never wanted him in prison, no way. They just wanted diminish his status. They wanted all the black people to turn against that man, which is what they did. All black people coming up with these memes and shit now. Oh, no Diddy, no Diddy. Oh, they no Diddy. You know what I'm saying? All these memes. You know what I'm saying? Some are funny, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's kind of something to laugh to. That's cool. But if this man beat all this shit, how can you holler about, goddamn it, that this shit was true if he beat everything? Now everything's gonna be egged back in black folks' face. These people, they use black folks for one to profit from. They use P. Diddy, brought him in, he made billions for these people. He made billions for these people. Soon as this dude get the book in the status quo, they tear him down. But the way they tear him down is they use the same people that he used to build them up. They turn these people against him. They turn his own black people against him. The same people that used to want to be around P. Diddy for high society, you know, saying, oh, I'm with Diddy, I'm with the in crowd, I'm this, I'm that, I want to be with Diddy. Now they don't want to be associated with Diddy. You know? I'm gonna tell you what's going what will really get them. If P. Diddy come home and all black people may rally around that man. Because for one, they never had no evidence to prove nothing. They can't prove that he actually did that they convicted him of. And that's why he finna get acquitted. I mean, not acquitted, but he finna get it overturned. My bad for using the wrong terminology. He's not finna get acquitted, he's finna get that overturned. He's finna get his conviction overturned because they did not prove he did what they say he did. And so he finna get ready to come home. And what's gonna hurt them, which I don't see it, but if black folks rally around him and we be back behind him and we push him back to the status where he was at, they'll be mad as shit. I'm telling you, they'll be mad as shit. But just like black folks, man, we fucking maggots, homie. We maggots. We want our people to be down. We want our people to be down, but we always talking about we rise and we this, we that, you know what I'm saying? We want our people to be down. You know what I'm saying? I want you, I'm doing bad and I want you to be doing better than me. I want you to be doing worse than I am. I want you. I sit around and I kick it and kiki and laugh and kick it with you, but deep down inside, I don't like you. I don't like you. So, man, that's my take, man, on P. Diddy, man. Y'all look at that thumbnail, man. He's you see him in prison, man. That man's smiling. He got his shit up. He's working in the library. So when inmates come to the library, they can see him. He's issuing out books and stuff. You know what I'm talking about? So when you see him, he got the smile on his face. He upbeat because he know he coming home. He know he gonna come home. And when he get this stuff overturned and he throw that stuff back in the face, he got a lawsuit too. But that's nothing if they broke him down to make him less than the man he was once before. That's nothing if all of his people, his black people, done turned their backs on him. Now, don't get me wrong. I got my little thing against him and people like Jay-Z too, because I ain't never seen them doing too much of nothing, you know what I'm saying, for the black community unless it was on TV. You know? I ain't seeing them doing too much of nothing, man, unless it was it's on TV and they could get publicity from it. So that's just my little personal thing, you know. And people will be like, "Well, you don't know what he was doing behind closed doors. You don't know what he was doing behind closed doors." No, I see some big events, man, and they don't step up. That situation that happened in Chicago with that lady, why Jay-Z, Beyonce, and all these people that step up and voice nothing. They hush mouth. You feel me? That's the type of stuff I'm talking about. So I done did my time on here, man. I done, got 35 minutes in. I just wanted to talk about how P. Diddy is finna get his case overturned in a few months. You know what I'm saying? Before summer, he'll be back home. I just wanted to let y'all know my take on it. And I'm up out of here, man. It's your man, Guomo Villa. Man, I see y'all next time, man. Y'all stay up.